NFTs, non-fungible token, creating a cultural ecosystem.
So many interesting people inside this ecosystem, global citizens.
Age of artificial production to augment our imagination.
Non-fungible tokens, Ethereum.
Every dimension, every direction.
Raw digital art. Thank you from my heart.
Collect art, the art history of art.
How do they start? That line influences the next art.
Crypto art.
Blockchain and art.
Talk about art a lot. Gosh. Cut me off. Chaos.
There is Nifty Drop. I was like, what? Why not? Pressing on Instagram and TikTok.
The one that's bringing the culture. We're all like here to support each other.
Past, the present, and the future together without the gatekeeper. The caveman painting fire. Feels like you're working with a partner.
Taking a stand for the future. We can develop this space together.
Tech, art, crypto.
Crypto.
Tech, art, crypto.
Crypto.
Tech, art, crypto. Tech, art, crypto.
So innovative and so amazing. Trouble sleeping, everything's so exciting.
They tried something, you get the fire burning, and that gives you a lot more
Each other again. The baby crew is ready for this virtual event. Seems might be rough, but we will have a jolly time. Is everybody here? Are the others in line? There's so much going on in the NFT world. It seems like uncharted at sea. Let Matthew and Reese guide us through. The speaker is ready, and so are we. Let's keep sailing on the Metaverse. This is when the lightning strikes. So listen up, there's a lot to learn. Keep the treasure in your sight. Please don't forget the veggie draw. Just away your microphone. Together we're strong, we ain't gonna stop. Welcome to the WIP Meetup.
Who is echoing? Oh, Dragon, that was you, dude. You were playing the song twice. What up, everyone? This is Matthew. Good time. Can you hear me okay? There we go. Good. No veggie drawer for me. I was just listening to those lyrics, and I know we put together that theme song a long time ago, but god damn, like, how are those lyrics so fucking fresh? Everything is obviously in a weird place right now, but gotta keep sailing on, having fun, all that good stuff. Really stoked for today's WIP. We have an awesome show. We're hanging out in the Drifter Bar in the Metaverse. We have Eclectic with us. Big shout out for finally getting the audio working for that pre-WIP DJ set. I know you've been cooking up some amazing stuff with NeonGlitch and Flyfrogs. We have a physical one-of-one auction for X-Copy Summer JPEG physical toy that I believe is live or will be live soon via Manifold Drop. So we're going to get more details on that after Rizzo and I shut our mouths. Excited to hear about that and excited for that auction, to be honest. We have the legend Cliff Hall here with the team talking about a new project, Little Birds. Really excited to see what's going on there. Cliff is a legend, Avastar's fan, all that good stuff. Proper legend. So very excited to hear from him. Other than that, I'll keep my spiel short as always, but definitely want to shill the latest episode of Matthew and Rizzo show that Rizzo and I recorded, talking about, we started out with some really good stuff, talking about the on-chain game that Brinkman released, Cloud Poppers last week, ByteGANs by Pindar von Arman, 100% on-chain AI generated projects. It's really sick, and it's cool to see that that's actually hitting right now and getting a good response from folks. Talk about some of the less desirable, less positive things as well. You can listen to the episode to find out what we talk about there, but it's a good one for sure. Yeah, I got my crypto ghost GAN. Johan's in there. That's it. I'll link mine as I shut my mouth and pass the mic to the hype master of the metaverse himself, Rizzo, dude. Take it away. What do we need to know before we get started with the show today?
A few things. Got a, like you were saying, a dope lineup. Everybody hop in World if you can. It's a long walk to the Metaverse bar because there's so much going on in here. It takes a minute to load. But make sure you hop in World because we are going to do a dope group shot towards the end of the show with our videographer Paradox. And I'll also be dropping the guest book in World so we can get the free Fabiano and Patrizia's Loving Flowers. If you didn't see them, they're dope. I'll try and grab a picture of them while it's going on here. But you should definitely hop in World to get your free Loving Flowers for hanging out today. If you cannot get in World, completely understand that happens. Slide on into my DMs. I'll give you the guest book link, but we're trying to be careful about sharing it too much so it doesn't get botted, and the people who deserve the Loving Flowers get them. So look out for that in World. And like I said, if you don't get it, hit me up in the DMs. A couple other things. I'll be in ETH Denver next week. I got a press pass for like doing this and convince them that I'm like a journalist or something, or like the media. So if anyone's going to be in ETH Denver and wants to hang out or hit up something or knows of something cool to hit up and wants to hang out and LARP with the Rizzle journalist, hit me up. I'll be there from the 2nd to the 5th. And trying to like investigate Metaverse stuff. I've never been to ETH Denver, and I'm curious to see what's going on out there. And I'm pretty stoked. I know a lot of cool people are going to be out there. Couple other self shills. We're going to do this Rizzlefest public sale starting Monday. It's April 20th to the 23rd. So if anyone has been hedging on getting the pre-sale rate, we're trying to keep it like super affordable. It's $500 for the whole weekend. It includes food and a Magic Unicorn ride to and from the airport if you're flying into Tennessee. So if you're interested in getting the pre-sale rate, if you're already locked into the pre-sale rate and just haven't paid yet, that's fine. If you've been wanting to get in and you want the pre-sale rate, let me know and I'll make sure you got that. Otherwise, we're going to do the public sale live on Monday for 0.42069 ETH per Rizzlefest ticket. And it will include food, Magic Unicorn bus, and then there's like a limited amount of cabins, so you can actually burn your tent ticket for free to get a cabin if you want a cabin bed or something like that. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm stoked. We raised enough from the pre-sale with a bunch of y'all who are coming to do this thing to fund the whole thing. So basically anything in the public sale is bonus round to make the event even doper with more people. But it's a lock and will be awesome no matter which way it goes. So hit me up if you know anyone who wants the pre-sale rate. If you want the pre-sale rate, it's not like even officially still going on. We actually ended it like a month ago, but y'all are fam. So if you want to come, and even if you can't afford the $500 or whatever, if you really want to come, we want people who want to come to be there, so we can figure something out. So hit me up. April 20th to the 23rd. I'll shut up about shilling our own stuff now. We got a packed lineup, so I want to deliver, give them the credit that they deserve. The shot clock will be enforced. We're going to hear about this summer JPEG fam, the summer JPEG project. Someone's calling me. Stop calling me. Don't they know the WIP is going on? Want to give them the time that they deserve. Stop all the calls. The shot clock will be enforced. So if you hear Samuel L. Jackson telling you TikTok motherfucker, it's time to wrap it up. I know Flyfrogs and Eclectic Method and NeonGlitch have a dope trailer that I sent over to Dragonate. So when they want to air the trailer, either before or after they talk about the project a little bit, we got that all ready to go, at least in Discord as well, so people who can't make it into Mona can see it. And with that, I think that's everything. We're broke. We do this every week. If you want to donate to our weird public metaverse broadcasting thing, the WIP Meetup.eth will split up funds amongst all of us, or you can send stuff to Matt, who hasn't rugged us in like 150 weeks and counting or some shit like that. Shout out to the crew who makes this happen every week. Sandy Meows, it's Carolina Duh, Foxy Yoga, Easy, Paradox Show, Dragonate, Conwolf the Stowaway, Brookhawk the Chef, Fabiano, Patricia, Johan, Matthias, of course, Matt. I think that's everything. Follow all our people. They do all of these like amazing things outside of the WIP as well, including the people who are on the WIP today. So with that, I'm honored to pass the mic over to, I don't know who wants to grab it first. I know Flyfrogs has been involved in the community for a long time. A lot of you know that he is a legit toy inventor outside of Web3 and is bringing those skills into Web3 with a project that I don't really have anything to do with. And I'm really stoked to listen and hear what's going on. So whoever from there wants to take the mic from me, we can let it rip.
Hey, I'm working on a project that has nothing to do with you, Rizzle.
Right? What is that, dude?
Well, I'm happy I'm on the mic, but Neon and Eclectic can hop on too. I can tell you how the project started. Feel free to ask any questions you have, Rizzle.
Yeah, we'll have we got Show taking questions from the audience. So if you guys want to give us sort of like an overview of what's going on, maybe we can play the trailer and bring some questions on in.
Yeah, well, we put it live now a little bit before the WIP, but basically we created a fake toy commercial for a prototype for action figures for Summer JPEG and Web 2 guy. He's our bad guy. So I can tell you the genesis of the project. Maybe we run the trailer first so people can see what it looks like, and then we can talk about how it started, and you can ask any questions you have. So
sounds good to me. Dragonite, you mind queuing that up?
Take a look at our fake toy commercial.
We got Eclectic. Sorry, Eclectic. I saw you chime in there. You want to say something?
I can run the trailer, but it will just be in the Mona gallery. I can't get the audio through to here at the same time.
Cool. You want to like say 1, 2, 3, go, and we can have Dragonite do it at the same time?
Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, go.
It is the dawn of a new internet age, a collective globalized community of artists, technologists, dreamers. But the dark forces of centralization approach. The open metaverse must not be lost to the corporations of the past. Do not fear, Summer JPEG is here. Here we go!
Summer is over. Your project keys are mine.
Say hello to my ledger laser, self-custodial justice.
Time for a swig of WAGME. Web3 prevails. We all gonna make it. All new Summer JPEG out now. Figures sold separately. Seed phase not included. Gas prices may vary.
I'll drop in the link here. You can watch the video again if you want here on our Manifold contract. But basically, we just put this fake toy commercial up for auction on Manifold, and whoever is the winning bidder gets all the action figures and stuff included that are in the video.
Did you have? I would love to hear about the action figure making process. I think a lot of people would be curious as to like how that worked and how the whole thing came together.
And the way it started was, so I'm a toy inventor, and I had a bunch of important meetings last month with Mattel. So all the teams at Mattel, Barbie, and Hot Wheels, and games and everything. So I heard about Eclectic method through the WIP, or Ashley, I think, from him being part of it or DJing and stuff. And I saw his awesome video, so I asked him if he could make a video of all the toys that me and my team have invented for Mattel over the past few years. Just a cool, something to kick off the meeting, something really fun, like all the toy commercials we've done. And he said, I'm not so sure about that, but I see you're a cool toy inventor. How about we make fake toy commercial as an NFT instead? So that's how the whole thing started. Ended up doing the video for me that I shared with Mattel too, just as a side thing, but for free. But that's where the whole thing started. It was his idea to do some sort of cool fake toy commercial, action figure, NFT thing, and we just went from there. NeonGlitch jumped in, he did all the original CAD and Blender for VRM files. So we actually took all the files that he had made for Metaverse avatars, and I turned them into usable files, and then made the action figures, all with the end goal of making a toy commercial NFT. Script was so fun to write. A lot of laughing out loud and late at night writing it.
Right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, kind of like, much like Eclectic said, it's been pretty amazing to watch. When people say, like, usually say, yeah, I'm going to make a toy, it's usually a, 3D print of like a model or whatever, but yeah, that's crazy. Like, this is like, Flyfrogs is a legit toy maker. Like, there's articulation, it requires batteries, like, it lights up. It was awesome to see that process. Because like I come from the video game background. The models I do are not very like. I never get to see the CAD part of it, which is what Flyfrogs is doing, where he's actually like cutting up the parts and making joints and stuff that actually works. So it was awesome to see. I'm still pretty blown away. I don't know, when did it start working? I forgot. It feels like it's been like a year, but it's probably only been a few months. Yeah, it's been a journey. And then I actually met Flyfrogs in person, which was cool. He was in LA for a meeting, and he messaged me, and it was pretty random, but yeah, that was cool. It was nice to meet you guys.
I was just making a process video, and I can see when we started working on the CAD file, and it was early November. Late October, early November, so we've been working on this for a while. I can try to share live and show you guys if you want to see and ask any questions. Let's see. So apparently I can't do a video. I can't do a video share because there's more than 25 people here. But I'm going to screen share a window on my computer hooked up to a camera. I hope it works. Let's see. Alright, I just screen shared that. Is that working? Can you see the box there?
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see it? Can you see my head there now?
Yeah.
Are those your hands?
Really?
Alright, nice. Well, Neon made this box and shipped it to me, which is pretty cool. And we got this cool sticker, some of the glasses on here, so it's got this nice double magnetic seal here. We got a bone cut out here, and here's our figure. And yeah, we got to articulate arms and stuff, and then the head. The cool part, I thought it was cool, I was looking at copy art. To bring it to life, you're looking at extensions and different moving colors. The art is all moving. And the floating, he's got the clear acrylic rod, and then some clear plastic, so you get a floating effect here. And then I actually made it so you can pop off the front of the head. In case you have to replace the batteries. You guys can see the inside of his head here. So there's I sold this, I wanted to make it, if I had to make more, it would be easy to do. So I sold it electronic in these balls. They can pick them up on the table when they start down. But I had to modify the spring here. It's like a jiggle switch with a spring. I had to put some solder on there, and then it just right now jiggle, so that I can start hitting it. It lights up. Then making the front concave here, so it has a nice lighting on the back. And then locking off the back of the head, so it only lights up the front, not the back. And then it's magnetically snapped right in here, so it's pop right back on. And then his head can actually come down and articulate as well. And then we got our Neon. I asked Neon to make a bad guy. He whipped this up super quick. This is our Web 2 guy, and as you can tell, it's the Meta logo, but upside down. You actually kind of look like evil eyes when you turn it upside down like that. He never takes off his yard and his oculus and everything. And we got our wet two-shooter here, which is spring loaded. The two trying to take over. And then bottle waggy that fits in the hand, and then our ledger laser. Totally got it. So oops, it's already shot. It flips out just like a regular hardware wallet. And then you just have this little flexing button here that you press on and it shoots that as well. And they can hold all these in their hands. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Check out pretty nice.
And is the total number of components between the guns and the figures 69, or are there 69 components in each figure? I saw that. I think I saw that.
I was counting it up. Like that's everything. So that's like between everything, between the figures, the arms, this is two separate parts. The lay arm and I wanted to get up to 69, so I started counting the stickers and the springs inside of here until I finally got up to 69. So that's auspicious.
That's such a cool detail. Like that's what I was like. This whole thing is so high detail, and just such a cool effort. But to nail the 69 components is the chef's kiss. I know Samuel Jackson just yelled at us. I think there's been some questions in the chat, so I'll pass the mic to show to relay those questions to you, Neon and Eclectic.
Hey, what's going on? Anybody hear me? How's my audio, Mike?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Alright, okay, we have a two-part question from Rizzle. He would like to know, what does XCopy think of it, the artwork, and are there any plans to do other toys?
Well, I have ideas. I actually have a list of like a bunch. I have a note on my computer with a whole bunch of ideas for things I wanted to do in the future, and one of them includes like physical toys. So I actually have like 3 or 4 ideas of things I want to do next related to summer. Actually, so I'm not. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll tell you one if you want. Actually. Eclectic was playing around with summer in the AI filter, coming up with all these cool little like chibi, chibi style, like big head, small body, like cute versions. That got me started thinking like, oh, it'd be cool to do a chibi version, or maybe just a small action figure, like 3-inch scale. But it would come packaged in a bottle of Waggy that's a playset. So you open that up, there's just a small action figure inside, and then it's a playset inside. So I have all sorts of fun ideas like that, and we'll see if they happen. I hope so. Yeah.
That's cool. We also have a question from Paradox. He would like to know, what would it take to do a series of 100 of these toys?
Oh boy, that's the question. If they're, because right now, they're handmade by, the handmade prototype by me, which takes a lot of time. So, it would probably take finding a partner. There's lots of manufacturers in China you can find these things for a relatively low price for a low volume of items, but I don't know, realistically, it'd be a lot of investment. I'm excited for this auction just to see how it goes. And then test the waters and see if people are interested in these things before we start, whatever manufacturing.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue into this last question from Brokaw. He wants to know if the toys would be for sale, or if possible. So, yeah.
Well, yeah. Step one is we put this up for auction, and includes all the figures plus the NFT of the big toy commercial. So for us, step one is seeing hoping this thing sells, and then seeing if there's excitement and a market. See if we should continue doing this. That's my thoughts, at least. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's definitely.
I want to see more toys too. They're awesome. I have one of the little prototypes, the FlyfrogsNFT, the little laser, ledger laser. Pretty fun to shoot.
I'm not sure if Flyfrogs revealed this, but like that long list of ideas you have, like can you spill some beans on some of those ideas for potential future toys?
Let me open up my notes here. There was the small, I want to do like the 3 or 4 interactions to do inside of a wacky bottle that opens up. I think it would be cool to do, where's my list here? Oh yeah, it'd be cool to do, like role play, summer glasses that you can wear with the bottle that you can hold as well. It'd be cool to do just like chibi pop style figures. I think it'd be cool to do some like Metaverse verified type of wearable. And I have ideas for some of these, both in like 3D products, but also like paper crafts that people can print out themselves. If you have ideas, send them my way.
We should do a beast mode one. I have the model. Like I don't know how we would do the face, but that'd be a cool figure. It's like super chunky. Yeah.
Halloween or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like an absolute fire idea. I hate Halloween and I hate dressing up, but like those 2 objects would be a no-brainer. For like the cryptos and like actually probably really cool looking. This is so cool.
You get like the EL wire. You know the EL wire? It's like that luminescent wire that you can put in and shit you want and light it up. That would be super cool with that. Like, can have it blinking.
Nice ideation session, impromptu. Already. This is so sick. I can't wait for everything that you're going to create. These ideas are so cool and exciting, and it introduces the culture to a whole new potential audience as well, which I think is really, really exciting. Going to be monitoring this auction. We'll be interested to see if anyone comes in and tries to hit the reserve. I know it's at 6.5, 290. So definitely like out of reach for some folks, but with everything that everyone gets and for the first of this kind, hopefully someone takes a stab at this. So excited for that. And again, just a big shout out to everything you've been doing, Flyfrogs and NeonGlitch and Eclectic. Y'all are like another set of beating hearts that's keeping this space alive and exciting, I think, for a lot of folks. So thank y'all for hosting us and for putting on this amazing auction and all the good stuff you're doing.
Thanks so much, the WIP crew, for having us.
Cool. And from one set of legends to another, we have Cliff Hall in the audience with us today. Cooking up new projects with a few folks. I'm not sure who from the Little Birds project will take the mic first, but Cliff or whomever, unmute, take it away and tell us what you're cooking up.
Hey, how's it going? This is great. I gotta say, I love those dolls. So that is such a crazy cool project. So we are making a interesting little project to add quests to a PFP. We have a project called Birbs, BIRBS, and kind of inspired by Moonbirds as far as the PFP goes. It's pixel art, but it's baby legend birds, 5 different species. And we have a pass coming out, a Genesis pass, minute pass that will get you a little bird when the PFP drops. And we're working on lore. We have a series of characters that are being developed that have that represent the birds of each of these species. And they're all birds I watch out my window every morning. I feed my birds, and then I watch them while breakfast is getting ready. And there's warblers, there's blue jays, there's mourning doves, there's mockingbird, there's starling, and all of them have different personalities, wildly different personalities. And when you look at them and see how they all interact together, it's real easy to see how their natural traits can be represented in a very memorable character. And so we're doing that, and we have not just lore, like all the, it seems like this level of, like with Avastars we had lore to begin with in terms of a story about what even the Avastars were and so forth. But it didn't go quite as far as what we're planning to do here. It seems like lore has risen as the next layer of stuff that a PFP project wants, that a community wants. Aside from the floor price of your PFP, they want to know what this what the context of these things are. And so we have some great stories lined up for the little birds, and which are just basically a set of these 5 different birds. They're fledglings, which means they just came out of the nest and they haven't even learned to fly. But terrible disasters happened, and they're on their own, and they have to rely on each other to learn how to fly and to socialize and even how to eat and prepare for big migration. And there are lots of challenges in store for little birds. And the next layer that we feel is necessary for engagement in this kind of lore, whether it be magical realm or just little birds facing challenges, is that we have side quests that are in the form of games, different games for the lore will drop as a sort of think of a season of a series and all the episodes. The lore will drop in that way, and along with each episode will come a quest, which will be a game of some sort from some designer, not the same one, not the same style, not the same tech, every time, keeping it fresh, something fun to come and interact with, to reveal Easter eggs that kind of give you more stuff down the line with the project. Because if you complete this quest, one of the things we're using is FSMO protocol. It's a state machine protocol I built a while back. If you can imagine a dungeon crawler where every room is a state and a bunch of states that you can move through, right? So you've got a map on the blockchain, and your wallet is in a particular room at any given time, and you may have to overcome challenges to be able to move to the next room. And so at you have this big season-long quest going, and you have these side quests that you complete each time, that if you complete them, you're able to move along in the big quest of the season. And at the end of the season, when you get there, if you followed us along and played along, then we have a surprise that is going to be a reward for having done that. And we think that'll be a fun way to have a community and content to interact with and to build. The community will be able to build these things. We'll be kind of figuring out how the seasons go and what the stories are and so forth, and building that lore in a decentralized way. But we also plan to bring in other communities. Like we don't want an insular community. We want to, if we figure out how to make it so that when you think about quests on chain, there's a couple of ways that those can be, and those can either be that you go into something like the Metaverse, and if you've gone to the bar and you've gone over here and you've gone over there, then code in there could, give you a token, and now that says that you've completed the quest or whatever. But you can transfer that. If this is a state machine, you're moving around, then that means that you've been there, and we know you've been there. It's like the location history on your phone, right? And so that's a little more real and non-transferable. So that's, a community isn't built out of people who want to flip the token. It's built out of people who want to come and engage with the community and make the community better and so forth. So that sort of stuff shouldn't be transferable, we think. The other way is, in this way with Fismo, transactions, you could have a game like Fortnite that, the way that it is on chain is that you own all the NFTs and that are assets, and you use them in game, and that's that. Like, there's not a whole bunch of transactions except for when you buy stuff. Or, if you're moving around inside of a world on chain, going from room to room, from state to state in this machine, then it's a transaction every time you do. So if you go through transaction after transaction after transaction, it gets very exhausting, and no one wants that. That's not fun. And so our thought about being able to have this non-transferable proof of quest, but not have to, fatigue you with transactions, is that the time in between transactions is filled with fun off-chain activity, games that we build that are tied to the lore of that episode, and that information in the episode may help you solve problems in the quest, and Easter eggs that you find in there may help you with the next quest or be something that you're rewarded with later. But that's fun time. If you spend 15 minutes or 20 minutes or a half an hour in a game, and then you do a transaction, like I signed a transaction for the Metaverse, and then I spent a whole long time in here. That's not bad. So it's about reducing the amount of time that you are spending transactions and being able to have fun in between. And that's what this experiment is about. And we've got some great art. We've got some great lore. We think that the quest will be fun and an opportunity to engage other communities and other developers with different kinds of game styles and stuff. And there's one thing that we would like to do. We have a little video. I don't know how Fly managed to create that stream and play that video. Is it possible to do that in here? If I hit the video thing, it says I can't share more than 25 users. Is there another way to start a stream?
If you screen share, you should be able to show the video through one of your screens. I think that's a hack to get around that.
I opened up QuickTime and was looking at through one of my cameras on QuickTime, and then just screen shared that window.
Oh, okay. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm on not on the right device for doing that. Inaros is on here as well. Do you have that video handy? Can you screen share and play it?
I'll give it a try. I'll just jump onto my laptop from my phone. 2 seconds. Sorry.
What he's going to show is this. We've had a nice little video done by Atrium that will go as an addition that will help kickstart the DAO.
See if I can share it.
Right, okay. Let me see if this works. Did that work?
I did not see it.
Oh man.
No worries.
I sent it into general chat just a wee sec, like a few minutes ago anyway. I'll bump it up. This is the video that Cliff was talking about.
Yeah, if you're in the Metaverse.
It's that one that I just replied to, right, Inaro? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't share my screen there, sorry.
It's all good. Folks can click on there and check it out. It's super cute video. To kick off questions, I just wondering, because it seems like there's pretty close association with Moonbirds. Is there any way you're activating the community with the Little Burbs?
Yeah, so it'll be I mean, so my background is mainly in Moonbuds and the community there. I've built a sub-parliament through about DAO governance and proposals to the DAO that they're going to start. So I'm quite a big community over there. So what we're hoping to do is get quite a few Moonbuds involved and get in there. And I know that, like, having known people in that community, that the sort of the quest side of things and the lore and building it out is something that would appeal to a lot of people in that community. But I mean, there's, like Cliff said, we don't want it to be an insular thing. And what I would say is I want it to stand on its own 2 feet. And we are looking at other communities and trying to bring in so that it's not just Moonbuds. It could be like sort of Cryptodes, could be Goblin Town, could be any sort of NFT. Essentially what we'll have is like a writer's room and people can apply to it, and the, sort of with their NFT, if they want their NFT written into the lore in a quest or have a side quest with their NFT sort of character, and the DAO that we'll set up will vote on that, so that could be voted into the sort of canon essentially. So yeah, it will be associated with Moonbuds in a way to start with, and just in the sheer fact that a lot of Moonbuds will hopefully own the NFT at the beginning. We do want to open up to sort of every community out there. We want to be a project that isn't insular, essentially. Because if you look at a lot of the quest and lore-based NFTs, it has been very insular. Like, it's all about that one community, and it doesn't really introduce other communities.
No, it totally makes sense. And I'll ask to make the show some other questions.
Hey y'all, yeah, I hear like the videos. So, Hey y'all, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. So there seems to be some overlap between Moonbirds, like Matthew said, and Avastars as well.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned a couple of actionable things that you'll be doing in order to engage the community. We know of both of those previous projects and communities doing things that somewhat sabotage their development and also hamper their market share. Recently with Proof and Kevin Rose, his hack leading to the conference being canceled and the community feeling somewhat left out, and with Avastars' leader kind of giving all of his information, giving all of his attention to a totally unrelated project and bringing a lot of liquidity to that as opposed to his own project. So I guess I'm saying, what are some ways that you're going to provide market share to these projects in addition to all of the things you're doing, as in lore and writing and stuff like that?
So in terms of bringing back value to the sort of like you mean to like proof and avatars? Is that what you mean?
Well, learning from the mistakes that
Yeah,
were, and doing that
so,
for your project.
Yeah, having been a holder of quite a few NFT collections and projects, have seen firsthand and been been able to see some errors and what not to do essentially, and how to communicate with the sort of community that you have. And I think that's the sort of vital thing is communication, and also building the community at the end of the day is really important. And and making sure that the value isn't like we don't make we might make mistakes, but we like it's impossible not to. But in terms of bringing value to Lil Bubs, that is one of the sort of key things at the front of my mind, and also to make it fun as possible, and just have fun with it as well, but also to have that value side. So what I could talk about slightly here is the mint. So the mint dynamics with the royalties. Obviously it's going down, and we've seen with Ether Orcs that was a big thing in terms of them not being able to keep going with their project. So the mint dynamics that we plan on doing is 3,000 NFT mint at the beginning, and sort of like the nouns model of auctions per day. We'll have a certain amount of auctions per day, but it will be capped. So the NFT supply will be capped at 10,000. So I think we've calculated it, and it works about 1.5 years before that it fully mints out. And obviously that will help in terms of us building the project out, creating the games, and the quests and the lore side of things. But in terms of bringing value back to the community, that's definitely the front of my mind.
That's awesome. And lastly, what would you say is the main thing that we're all lacking currently in this space, and how is your project going to fill that for us?
Yeah, so I think one of the main things right now especially is just to sort of have that immersive lore there, which is actually like very fun for the community. I mean, some projects have managed to do it, but that's something we want to do, and especially with what Cliff has been building over at Fismo Protocol, having that on chain, it really opens up a lot of opportunities, like Cliff mentioned and talked about earlier on. So that I think Fismo will be one of the things that really makes us stand out.
One of the things that if you look at the way projects work, everything seems to be very token centric, and with the integration from the ground up of these non-transferable quests that have history associated with them, which means any contract or any client can check with the contract and see like where your wallet is, in what room, in what machine it is, and where it has been, and so forth. Which means that you can do whole new types of gating, like in this case, the lore, and each one has a side quest associated with it, and you go complete this stuff, and you're able to move to the next room in the big map in the protocol. Then later we can reward, instead of necessarily giving you a token for every one of those rooms that you've been in, we can still go in and we can say, for everyone who reached this level or completed these, you get this reward. For all of you who completed the entire season, then you get this reward and things like that. So we want to be able to, if we raise money, and one point about the association with the Moonbirds is that we're not making a proposal to make this a sub-DAO of Moonbirds. It's just inspired by, and hopefully many people in that community will like it as well. But we want to raise and execute and have a treasury that we can have a large part of the treasury being gaining some a little bit of a little bit of reward of its own that can be distributed to holders of the PFPs. We think that in the way of nouns, that one vote, one PFP, one vote seems initially like a reasonable way for us to do it. And that means that if you're a holder, you get a say in everything, and how the lore is made, and how the quests are made, and how the how the treasury is spent. And if we can find ways that everything that happens should go back out to the holders, if we can create a virtuous cycle, and it's not like we have the plan entirely figured out to do so, but we have the intent. Because if you can create a virtuous cycle, and it's actually engaging content, and the community is actually creating it, and the community is actually benefiting from the money that is being brought in, then that's something that lets us all build awesome stuff, and just ride that boat for a while. Because wouldn't it be fun if your favorite PFP? I mean, look at Bored Apes. Look at all the money of that project, and what have they? They sold some little plot NFTs, and what have they done? They've given us Dookie Dash, right? I mean, I'm sorry, not us, because I am not an ape holder, but that's what we've seen from a massive funded project. I expect just an unbelievable, mind-blowing thing to happen. But a lot of these projects are just breaking in money, and then they do nothing with it, like move to a beach somewhere. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if any of you in here know me. I know Riz knows me, from the Avasar's days. But I'm not a low effort guy. I mean, I choose projects that are going to be fun and awesome and engaging, and this is the project right now. And I really hope that you like it.
I love that conviction, and I think it's a really important point. Like, looking at where the builders who have a solid track record are going, I think it's really important to watch that, as opposed to what the latest neighborhood shiller or influencer on Twitter is talking about, taking focus away from what people that have really done solid work are focusing on. I think that's really cool. If anyone else has any questions for Cliff or Inaris, definitely hit them up. Really excited to track the progress of this. If there's any opportunity to support or get involved, I mean, we're obviously a bunch of folks eager to kick the tires and try new, fun, cool shit. So we're always here.
Right on. I hope we can do some of these quests in the Metaverse like this. This is the last one was super crazy, and I love the bar. This is awesome. Gotta get to more whips.
Support that. Cool. And with that, I know Paradox has fake rugged us from fake France, I'm guessing, or something like that. But who wants to be that? It's all good, Paradox. I'm just Josh. And who wants to be the fake Paradox today in this sick build in Mona? I heard Rizzo was nominated. Is that true?
That's what I was saying in the chat. I'm like at least like 4 or 5 deep on the fake paradox level. I think Dragonate, I believe Sandy is the original fake paradox and Dragonate is the original fake paradox. So I'm going to throw that hot potato into Dragonate's lap if he can be fake paradox. He also does a great fake paradox impersonation. Yes, it is.
Direct us, Dragonate. We're all yours.
My frog has gone into like zombie mode and I'm like running into the wall or something. I'm trying. C is supposed to bring up the wheel that allows you to dance, but there's like this weird zombie bug that if you like do something, it'll just make you like run into the wall or like run off into a corner or something. So you might have to like hit C again to, I don't know. It looks like mayhem in there while I'm still running into the wall.
I'm trying to get back.
Oh, I'm back. I was stuck in some room for a minute. Okay. That was, you might need to be demoted, man, to like fake paradox after like the no intro and like the catastrophic photo shoot and everything. Matt's like officially demoted. Yo, shout out Dragonate who helps with all the things. He got Eclectic streaming here earlier in the Fly Frogs video, cross streaming, and does all the things and is always a good sport of us giving him a hard time and is also like not a great fake paradox. But I mean, not everybody has all the skills, right? Yo, big shout out to everybody who is in the house tonight. It's a packed whip, a lot of dope projects on here, a lot of like OG creators putting their stuff in front of a bunch of OGs in the space who appreciate that kind of stuff. So definitely wish all of you well with these projects and hope they sell for a crap load of money. But also they all do like innovative things and are like pushing the boundaries of what we have to work with here. So it's always cool to have those kind of things on here at the whip. Yo, I know, easy. As soon as the photo shoot started, my avatar went into zombie mode and like went off into another room or something. So it feels appropriate to end with chaos. I'm sure we got some good screenshots. If you're still into Mona, take some as well. In case you're not aware, Paradox chops up these videos every week, and I kick them out from my Twitter account, usually a day or two ahead of the whip the following week, and they're always dope. So look out for yourself in those. And thanks everybody for turning out today. Gonna pass the mic back over to Matt. Matt, what you got, man? Did we miss anything in the chaos zombie mode avatar fest here?
Nah, man. This is fun. Like, goddamn, like crypto toys. The amount of experimentation and new projects and just new angles to create that continue to pop up. That shit makes me really excited. Having like legends and builders like Cliff continue to try to find new exciting ventures to develop, build, and put out there for folks to experiment with. It's everything in the midst of all the like negative signals and like negative announcements. Like this is the good shit to focus on. Like period. So stoked for that. No need to bloviate anymore. Really need show back in my life. So if that's cool, let's kick off the intro for show and let's wind things down with the afties.
Yes, I would say if you're in world right now, throw some emojis. If you press Z, in spirit of real paradox, and then we pass. If Dragonade can follow through on one last thing, man, we'll take the show intro song.
Wait. Wait, is this thing on? Yeah! Yeah!
It's time for the FTs.
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go! Hey, WIP fam, how's my audio? Am I 2x2 or 5x5? Awesome. Thank you. Hey everyone, please do me a favor. Please mute your microphones. You'll have more than enough time to chime in after I give us a little bit of an opening monologue. And the screaming, the yelling, the theatrics will be back. It's not something I'm getting rid of. I don't care if you hate that I yell and scream and speak nonsensically and have a good time and keep things light and funny. But I need to warm you up with information in order for us to have a great time in the future. And I'm not changing that aspect for anyone or anything. All right. So that being said, WIP fam, I have been talking about Gary Gensler for a long time. Okay. I'm sick of it. You're sick of it. But the truth is that every dictator, every despot, every de facto dipshit has a guard dog. Or better yet, junkyard dog that deals with the dirty work. In fact, they are more powerful than their actual master is, due to the fact that they are the ones who actually accomplish the missions and ideas that the master has but can't execute on their own. Leaders who delegate are considered weaker than leaders who serve their people. That's my opinion. I like a leader who's hands-on, who only delegates when they need extensions of themselves in the space, working on their behalf and working on behalf of those who they are serving and who they're leading. Which is why we have a Gary Gensler. A person who doesn't serve the people. And get this. We have a brand new name introduced to your kill list. Has been in the mix for a while, and it seems like this is the perfect time to introduce them to you. Are you still with me, y'all? Did you leave the voice channel? Are you sick of this shit? Former New Jersey Attorney General Gubir Grewal. Gubir Grewal. Gubir Grewal is the head of the enforcement unit of the SEC. This is the guy. This is the fucking guy. And he hasn't been hiding. He's been releasing little tweets with little graphics with him posing with his name right next to it, with his quote unquote declarations of why he's attacking people. It's the shit I knew, but now I know. This explains a lot. It makes sense now to me. Hey y'all, I want you to have a little bit of patience, not patience that'll make you fall asleep and waste your time. I just want you to think about it for a moment. This is a thought exercise. It's fun. It's great. I am looking to strengthen all of us. So I'm giving you the shit that you should know because you're here. You're in this space. So follow me on this. Follow me. enforcement actions didn't rev up into gear until after Senator Elizabeth Warren famously said 2 years ago that there are shadowy supercoders in crypto. Think about it. It didn't start until she said that shit. And when she said, we need a tough cop on the proverbial beat on the digital streets. Immediately following that, Gurbir Grewal was hired. And then we received a deluge of threats and rumors from Gary and the SEC and from all sorts of places. That was the starting point. Then, a couple months later, Kim Kardashian randomly gets sued as a play to shed light on her dirty little nasty shadowy supercoder. She's a little dirty little nasty supercoder, you know. And then other celebrities as well, in order to look like they're being tough on crime. It took them a couple of weeks, a couple of months in order for them to find something that would grab everyone's attention. Keep following my logic here. They found not a proxy, not a scapegoat. They just found someone to attack that had the average simple-minded individual's heart and mind. Attack a hero of the common man and woman, because men and women all love Kim Kardashian. Attack the common person. Find their hero and attack them in order to instill fear. Keep following my logic here. Then they start sending out requests for entities to come in, all while not providing clear information on what to do exactly. And then they start charging everyone who speaks up or makes noise or make a move at all. Don't move. Doesn't that sound like a cop to you? Don't move and nobody gets hurt. But if you make a move, you make a sound, we're shooting you. We're attacking you. Doesn't this sound like something? A tough cop on the beat. This is a tactic known as shaking the nest. They're shaking the nest to watch the roaches and rats scurry out of the shadowy darkness so they can get them. Criminals there, we gotta comes out. The government couldn't blatantly attack crypto outright. The central bank infrastructure in America couldn't attack crypto outright. And shout out, you know this as much as I do, that global regulation isn't going to come until America gets off of its ass and figures something out, because we all know that your government, each and every single one of you in the voice channel who is not from America, we know that your government follows suit from America. Not that they follow America, but that they watch and see what the fuck these motherfuckers do first, and then they tailor shit in order to deal with the citizens in your country. We know this. So they are doing things to make the space uncomfortable. They are testing to see how far they can go, all while sabotaging what they are afraid of. Please keep following me. So Gary goes on MSNBC and a bunch of finance media news channels to spin a narrative at the same exact time that the public is let in on the shadowy secret that he has been meeting with FTX the entire time. The entire time they were operating in the shadowy darkness and creating backdoor codes to steal their clients' money. He did this at the exact time as a response. Instead of a response to the public, the response was going after Kim Kardashian, going after all these other things to deflect. Then on top of it, he sends out his junkyard dog, Gurbir Grewal, to beat the ever-living shit out of companies in the crypto space. Look at Kraken. Look at Paxos. It takes a... And I want you all to understand something. I want you to really, really get this, because this is something that's tried and true. Literally, it takes a blind bully who is subservient to a larger master in order to wreak pure malice and destructive terror on a thing in order to destroy it. You may say cold-hearted, you may say callous, you may say insensitive, but this is deeper. It takes this kind of individual in order to destroy things altogether. Because anyone with a brain cell or a heart would pause and think a moment about technology and innovation and what crypto could possibly positively become if the right attention was given to it, and would actually seek to help and foster it instead of destroy it. Which is why we have none other than crypto mom herself, Hester Pierce, also within the SEC, releasing public document after document condemning the is Gubir Grewal. And why is he considered the junkyard dog? A New Jersey attorney general? To become an attorney general in any of these states, you are a badass motherfucker, whether good or bad, whether double entendre or not. You are a savage when it comes to public policy. You do shit. You are like for real dangerous, right? You're wondering why a person within a United States government agency is blatantly shooting down her co-workers' actions. Hester has been with the SEC for a long time. She loves crypto. We know she loves it. We know that she's not double speaking. She's not putting up a front where she's like, "Hey, you know, I work with these evil people, but I'm not evil. I have her best interest at heart." She's not two-faced. We know that she's on our side. She's proven it. She's not secretly like shaking hands with them and saying, "Watch what I do this. Watch me tweet out this shit. You're the good cop. I mean, I'm the good cop. You're the bad cop." She's not doing that. This motherfucker is the bad cop. And she's like, "You are ruining the environment." Shouldn't they be on the same side? Don't they believe the same thing? You know how I know that Hester Pierce is actually legitimately good? I want to give you some golden insight from my past. And I know that this monologue is long-winded. What does this have to do with fly frogs? What does this have to do with little burbs? This information is going to secure your knowledge and you being here in the space, so you know who is who and what is influencing your projects, what's influencing the things that may kill your creativity. Let me provide you again with some golden insight from my past with working a plethora of jobs and the psychology of those who are in middle or upper management, i.e. Gubir Grewal and Hester Pierce. When I used to work at Uniqlo in Soho here in NYC around 2009, there was a new manager on the floor, brand spanking new. She walked around and introduced herself to everyone who was on the afternoon and evening shift for her first day. She smiled. She seemed pleasant. The workers were used to multitasking within a whirlwind of chaos created by piles of clothes and dumb customers that they would, like, it got so bad that they would fall into a mindless rhythm to cope with being within a soulless and hellish work environment. The workers were gold stars. Shout out to them. So everyone would move about with a mindless drone-like energy and look on their faces. I'm not here to make friends, I'm just here to make $1. Picking up clothes, folding clothes, hanging clothes, and answering dumb questions. Like I said, this was the norm. There's no creativity involved. This is just getting shit done. Now, this manager, this cop on the beat, brand spanking new, had an agenda and a philosophy. I won't reveal it until after the story because it'll kill the fucking story and the narrative, all right? But this manager noticed that everyone is actually really good at their jobs. There were no weaknesses at all. Gold star motherfuckers, I'm telling you. Thanks in part to Uniqlo being part of a massive Japanese corporation that actually was unhealthily militant in how it executed things. They accepted no excuses. This was some real vile shit. Think Marie Kondo, but mixed with Gordon Ramsay, if you catch my drift. And then make it a corporation. And then put it in clothes. Think of that. So the store itself, linked on the floor, a light blinking in and out. Think of that. Marie Kondo, but Gordon Ramsay. And they felt that Americans were lazy. So this manager, again, which by the way wasn't Japanese, and I love Japanese people, right? The only parallel here was the fact that this company just so happened to be Japanese, okay? Hope that clears up any confusion. Anyway, this manager needed to fulfill her philosophy on being a new manager, but there was no way, had to fulfill her philosophy. There's a philosophy she held on to tightly. And she did it every time she became a new manager somewhere. But there was no way to do it here because everybody was a good worker and she couldn't. So she asked another manager to tell her which one of the workers she doesn't like or thinks is strange or like terrible or tell me something wrong. And this nice manager at first didn't say anything and brushed it off politely. You know, it's like, all right, this new bitch, she's here. I don't know what she's on, but whatever. The new manager was watching and listening to conversations the nice manager was having with other people and started piecing things together. And then eventually, there was only 1 hour left until the end of her shift. The new manager was sweating. She was thinking to herself, oh no, I need to do this. The new manager felt like they had enough information to scratch this itch inside of her. So she started walking around the store, searching for someone, anyone. And then she thought of someone, and she started scaling the stairs because the elevator was too slow. She was eager. She needed to find this person there were like 3 or 4 floors. I don't remember. It was good for cardio. That's all I know. But she spotted one single girl by a table in the middle of the floor that displayed a bunch of clothes. A young college-age part-time worker who was loved by everyone, by the way, but was a little exhausted that day due to it being a long day. I think she worked a double shift. It's possible. That kind of shit happened. She had a ton of clothes messed up by some wild customers that needed to be folded quickly. So the new manager looked around the floor, squinted her eyes, and saw that there were a lot of employees moving around in the space. They were within earshot, and they were keeping the floor tidy, and she said to herself, perfect. Perfect. So she went up to the girl, slid a single finger under one of the pieces of the clothing, and sneakily pulled it to the floor. Then the energy changed. The world shifted. The clouds started to gather, and you heard the thunder up on the ceiling of this Japanese clothing store. The new manager dramatically started screaming at the girl. What are you doing? We just got these expensive Mongolian soft cotton sweaters yesterday, and you are getting them dirty on the floor? We can't. Are you able? Everyone else around you, you know what? I'm reporting you for stealing hours on the floor, wasting time in order to end the shift quicker and faster. And every hour doing everything correctly. Pack up your stuff. I'm calling the general manager now. Stood there confused while all of the other employees were mindlessly folding their things and looking at the situation. The girl shook herself out of her stupor and walked to the break room where the lockers were to get her things and leave. The new manager then turned around and raised her voice at everyone, and there was a fire and a glare in her eye. The thunder and lightning shining in her eyes. Like Fujin and Raijin. Those are Japanese references because I'm trying to keep it in line with this shit. And she said loudly, I hope you all saw that. I hope you all saw that. If anyone else is caught doing what she did, now finish. Workers from the previous night are back at the store, ready to begin our shifts. And the new manager, her second day on the job, her sparkling second fucking day, is standing with the nice manager that we know and love, and she's bragging about what happened the night before. And myself and some of the co-workers, we were within earshot, and we heard her say, you know, I was always taught that when it's your first day, anywhere, you have to make a strong example out of someone so everyone else knows not to fuck with you. And all of us collectively closed our eyes and we sighed. Because for many of us, this is just a job to pay bills and for us to live our lives. And here is someone coming into this shit trying to play with our shit. Knew well and tried to explain to the mean manager that she didn't have to be so aggressive and childish in order to facilitate a positive work shift. The mean manager disagreed and would egotistically lash out at employees or give embellished reports on the state of the store during fired. If you wanted to know, never fired. If anything, it led to an era of pure hell that attracted more like-minded workers and managers and made the place very toxic. That new manager, y'all, at the SCC is Gurbir Grewal, who was hired at the exact same time that Elizabeth Warren said that dumbass shit. The nice manager that we all know and love is Hester Pierce, fighting for us, understanding the space. And at those management meetings, the nice manager would chastise the new manager and butt heads with them often. Hence the reason why she, instead of keeping it private, she's like, hey, we got this new motherfucker and he's starting shit. I just want you to know it's not me. And this, my friends, who are still in the voice channel, who are still here, is the current state of things. Hopefully this is giving you information that's helped you out. Hopefully you understand that also, by the way, in regards to Top Shot, that is not a fucking security. They wanted to dismiss a lawsuit. The dismissal was denied because the judge said, hey, y'all, this actually passes the Howey test, but this is not a ruling. It is just a motherfucker saying, we're not dismissing this shit. So I don't want you to dismiss the information I just gave you. Long-winded as it may have been, welcome to the Afties, and thank you so much for coming to the WIP. Shout out to everybody who came through. Shout out to the entire leadership team here at meme.com who are not Gurbir Grewals. They're more like Hester Pierce. Shout out to Johan. The reason why I brought up Top Shot is because Johan tagged me and he told me the shit is over, son. I was like, no, it's not. Johan started laughing at me, fucking bullying me. Stop bullying me. Shout out to the WIP crew. You know I love each and every single one of you. The entire WIP crew is like, oh my god, dude, that was too many words. I can't sit through all this shit. Hopefully you understand. You're going to tell your grandparents that you received some information that saved their lives. Generational wealth needs to be protected so you know who the enemies are. WIP fam, much love. I'll see you later.